Okay. All right, class. Listen, today we are going to do some SAT work. We'll probably do some SAT work tomorrow, along with one last assignment with Antigone, okay? And then we may, like Thursday or Friday, get started on To Kill a Mockingbird, but I'm also trying to let the other classes, not that I teach, but the other Mrs. Sturth and Mrs. Amor's sections of it show up, so, or get caught up with us. We're a little bit ahead of them. But we may do the introduction to Kill a Mockingbird on Friday. So listen, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do some SAT work today. You need to open up, it says SAT 118. I'm gonna start you on it, and then the rest of it you're gonna do on your own, okay? We also have, what?
With the partner. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Two partners.
Why?
Come on.
Four.
Please.
Why?
5 minutes. Come
Three.
on. Oh, yours is 3. Yours is 3. You're gonna slow it
Nope.
down. You're gonna slow it down.
Yeah, we'll get it done real quick.
No.
It's better when you get it right.
Where is it?
No way.
All right, so guys, this is, one part is similar to what we've done last semester with the SAT. The other part, though, is a little different. The first part of it, that's what I want to start you on. It's got reading passages, but it's a writing and language test, whereas before it was reading comprehension. This one says writing and language. So it says a set of questions accompanies each passage. The questions will ask you to make editorial decisions that improve or correct language, grammar, and construction errors in the paragraphs, including any accompanying graphics. Read the passage and then choose the best answer to each of the questions. In some instances, no change will be necessary. So this is what we'll do. We will read the first passage and answer the first set of questions together. Then there are 2 more passages and then another vocabulary or writing exercise that in this section. So the other parts you'll do on your own, but I'm going to do this first section with you, okay? So it says typically when someone says White House, now guys, remember we're looking at grammar. The first person who comes to mind is the President of the United States. The truth is, however, that the White House is less the home of the president and more a complicated machine consisting of many moving parts, big and small, with some you never knew existed. Consider, for example, the Graphics and Calligraphy Office. Do you know what calligraphy is?
Yes.
What is calligraphy?
It's like fancy writing.
Yes. Okay.
Really good.
No, it's not.
Okay. Here's the second part of it. Long performed by Romans, Chinese, and Greeks, calligraphy, the art of creating decorative lettering, is relevant beyond the making of fancy wedding invitations and college diplomas. In the last wing of the White House, east wing of the White House, as a unit of the social office, the calligraphy office staff members are responsible for the preparation of invitations, place cards, awards, and other official documents on behalf of the president. Many of the hands in use or specific calligraphy styles have been employed for many administrations. Part 3. The world-class calligraphers work under carefully constructed conditions to create the elegant hands. Their desks are angled in such a way as to achieve the maximum level of steadiness and comfort. The office itself is spacious and full of natural light so that calligraphers can easily distinguish between ink colors, as fluorescent light can distort appearances. Okay, so interesting facts about this particular office. So let's look at this. So we're looking, here's what you're looking for. You're looking for the parts that are underlined, all right? So this is with question number 1. Do you see how it's in this, not in the square boxes, but the, oh my gosh, I forgot what these are called. What are these called? They're not really parentheses. They're something different. Okay. So you're looking for those, and it will also be underlined, and that's what they're asking you to correct, okay, or to see if it's correct. So we're looking, it says long performed by Romans, Chinese, and Greeks. Calligraphy, the art of creating decorative lettering, is relevant beyond the making of fancy wedding invitations and college diplomas. So we're looking at that first part. So what we want to do is look, is this, first of all, is it written correctly? Okay, calligraphy, the art of creating decorative lettering, calligraphy, the art, comma, of creating, comma, decorative lettering, comma, calligraphy, the art of creating decorative lettering, comma. What do you think as far as how it is written? That's what we're looking for, guys. How it is written. Is it correct? Do we need to fix something? Anybody? Any ideas?
I have an idea.
See,
You think it's C?
yes.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong.
Calligraphy, the art, comma, of creating, comma, decorative lettering, comma? You think
No, I didn't see that second. Never mind.
You
I
said-
didn't see
Okay,
that.
you didn't see the other.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tanner?
I think it's
You think it's
B.
A, no change.
I think it's D.
A, no change. What about, Rebecca, what'd you start to say? What do you think? Anybody else?
I think.
Hey, no change.
Yeah, I think it's no change.
Shut up, Sarah.
Actually, no change is correct.
Yeah, that's right.
No way.
This is written correctly. Look, you've got the comma here, Greeks, the Chinese, Romans, and Greeks. Calligraphy, the art of decorative lettering. Okay, so it's the calligraphy, it's this phrase, the art of decorative lettering,
Bless you.
that we need to set off with commas. Okay, and that's what they did. All right. Now let's look at the second one. The second one is down here, number 2. Okay, staff members. The calligraphy office staff members are responsible for, so we have to look. The only thing they've done is capitalize staff and members. Is that correct?
No.
No.
No. What should it be?
It's D.
It's B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. Neither of those should be capitalized, okay? So you're going to choose B. All right? So you get that this is all about how we write things, okay? How is it written? What is it written properly? We're looking at capitalization. We're looking at punctuation. All right, so then number 3, let's see. Oh, it says choose the most logical place for the writer to insert the following sentence. One hand used for dinner invitations, for example, has roots from as far back as the John Adams administration. Where should we put it? Before sentence 1, after sentence 1,
What's my 2?
after sentence 2, or after sentence 3?
So
C, bro.
Wait, what's 3? C?
C for sure.
For 3?
C is after sentence 2.
Ooh.
So let's look at this. The world-class calligraphers work under carefully constructed conditions to create the elegant hands. Their desks are angled in such a way as to achieve the maximum level of steadiness and comfort. The office itself is spacious and full of natural light so that calligraphers can easily distinguish between ink colors as fluorescent light can distort appearances. So if we're going to put that sentence in, one hand used for dinner invitations, for example, has roots from as far back as the John Adams administration. So, I'm looking in the wrong paragraph. It's supposed to be this paragraph. Where do we want to put it? After sentence 1, or before sentence 1, after sentence 1, or after sentence 2, or after sentence 3? So it's this paragraph we're looking at. Sorry.
It's fine. You got like 3 columns.
Oh, don't worry about it.
If it's an emergency, yeah.
I'll check it in a minute.
Sorry,
After what? After sentence 2, let's see. In the east wing of the White House, as a unit of the social office. The calligraphy office staff members are responsible.
I think it's B.
Okay. Well, so Ethan says to put it right here. Anybody else?
B.
You think what?
B.
D, put it right here?
No,
That's
I'm
what
gonna-
D
I'm gonna
is.
stay with my head. I'm gonna go B.
Okay. It actually says that it should go right here. Here's why. All right. Here's why. Because it says many of the hands in use or specific calligraphy styles have been employed for many administrations. That's why. Because it says they've been employed for many administrations. And then this one hand used for dinner invitations, for example, has roots as far back as the John Adams administration. So that sentence that they want to insert would follow this because it's an example of this. That's why. Okay. So you want to look at the words before them. Okay. So make sure you put, oops. What
That's
did
what
I
I'm trying to tell you. You really.
Okay. All right. So, guys,
Now what's number 3?
number 3 is D.
D.
Yes. Can you do this next part on your own?
I know. I said
Probably not.
All right. Tell you what, I'll read 4 and 5,
All right.
and we'll answer the next 4 questions. Okay. But then the last section you're going to do on your own, and then the vocabulary part. Okay. All right. So continuing on. Having the job of presidential calligrapher is not a cushy job by any means. The profession demands a degree of concentration and attention that only a balance of discipline and talent can provide. In a calligrapher's world, every tiny stroke of a pen or a brush counts. Furthermore, the modern age of information and global commitment has brought with its tight deadlines and additional responsibilities. In 2006, the White House calligraphers crafted approximately 19,000 individual invitations for holiday dinners and receptions, expertly or insanely hand lettering each one. Projects that decades ago allowed several weeks for completion now might receive a few hours of notice. For an especially busy, important evening such as the state dinner, calligraphers remain on standby in case of a crisis related to their responsibilities, such as a last-minute VIP who needs a place card. They are, for all intensive purposes, an emergency handwritten note squad. That's crazy. Okay, so let's look at the first one here. Having the job of presidential calligrapher, okay, is there, how should we fix that? Is there any change that we need to make? It says, no change, the presidential calligrapher
B.
doing
No.
this or this.
Oh no. D. D. What?
Working as the presidential calligrapher is not a cushy job by any means. I
Oh, yeah,
understand why you would do that, but
No,
there's
B,
another.
B.
What?
I said B.
B?
You say D. B. That's what I said, and you said it's
Yeah,
wrong.
me too.
Having the job of the presidential. Well, that's wrong too. She
Okay.
would have said it's right about that.
All right, listen. So the sentence, the way it's written, is fine except for one thing. The wording is fine. What did they not, guys? Now, I don't understand why they don't have it capitalized the rest of the time, but there's something in that line that should be capitalized. Presidential.
C.
So it is C, yes.
So the presidential is important.
It's supposed to be capitalized. Okay. So let's go to 5. Where's number 5? In there, they are for all intensive purposes. Is it supposed to be intents and purposes, intended purposes, intends and purposes? See, intended purposes? Yes, you are correct. It is C. No, not C, B. Intents. This word should be intents. For all intents, like your intentions. Okay? Intended purposes is close, but not quite. It's intents. For all intents and purposes is what it should say. That's how that phrase usually goes. All right, so choose B for number 5. Where is 6? We need to read this part.
What
No.
was
5 is B. Though most calligraphy projects are hand done manually with pen and ink, modern technology alleviates a few of the nuances involved in the process, helping tremendously with the tight deadlines of a world larger than one in which pen and ink were the only available tools.
What was it?
Okay, we haven't done 6 yet.
No, you didn't.
Though most calligraphy projects are hand done manually, or drawn, or done in hand, or done manually. That's our option. Those are our options. What would be the best to put here? Do we leave it hand done manually?
D.
Done manually? Yes, you are correct. It is D, guys. Here's why. Hand done manually, you're repeating what it means. Being hand done means it's done manually. So you need to say done manually. Okay, that's the best answer. All right. Helping to, let's see. In the past, a single misspelling or botch would force the calligrapher to start a project from scratch. Now, computers can be used to make some of the fixes. We said it was D. You need to pay attention. Okay. All right, so we need to look here. In the past, a single misspelling or botch would force the calligrapher to start a project from scratch, period. Now, comma, computers can be used. Which is the best way to write it? And they're not saying no change. They want you to change it. They want you to combine the sentences, okay? So instead of making it one sentence or 2 sentences, they want you to make it 1. So would you combine it like this? Scratch, hyphen, now, colon, computers.
No.
Scratch, comma, now, comma, computers.
No.
Scratch, semicolon, now, comma, computers.
Maybe.
Or scratch, colon, now, computers. Which one? C? You are correct.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. The correct answer is C.
Big chocolate, yes.
All right.
6 is.
Um,
What's 7?
7 is C. Handwritten pieces can be scanned into a computer and digitally manipulated or duplicated. Stop talking. This contemporary technique might seem like cheating for the country's official calligraphy office, but it actually requires a great deal of expertise. Calligraphers use software and their discerning eyes for spacing and layout to render custom typefaces and fonts even on digital documents, bringing exclusivity and class to their work, even when demand forces them to work in the digital realm. Okay? All right, now, this part, this last section, you are going to do alone. Okay? And after that, you have
Along with Leah.
this. Okay? This you've done before, guys. You have done this before. All right? So that is, hey, guys, you need to finish the assignment, okay? You're going to finish this assignment with the SAT. When you are done with it, there is a vocabulary exercise for you to do, reverse definitions, Unit 7. You do not have to, if you don't do well the first time you do it, you can do it again before you give me your score, okay? If you got a 12 the first time or a 6 especially, do the thing again, guys. Get a better score before you give, because the whole point is practice, okay? So you've got this to finish, and then you have vocabulary exercise or vocabulary Unit 7 on the vocabtest.com site, okay? All right, questions?
So when I do the rest of
You're going to do the rest of that exercise on your own, and then the vocabulary lesson. if you get finished with all of that and there's time left, you need to be working on any work you are missing. Some of you still have not turned in your or completed your essays, the loyalty essay. I still have several of you with zeros. I looked at Criterion again yesterday, and some of you haven't done your submissions. Okay. Those of you online, you are free to stay on. You are also free to exit if you want. Oh, come on. Stop the recording. Okay.